Welcome to the American Football Institute Sports Channel with former National Football League defensive tackle and now an NFL consultant, Chris Mamalanga.
Hey, welcome family. This is Chris Mamalanga. I am your host this evening with the American Football Institute weekly show. Super excited tonight. I have somebody very important and very special in my life as a guest today. We'll be asking some questions. I encourage any of you who are following us live to please follow. So I have Mr. Richie Pinomi, who is coincidentally, he is my sister's son. So he's my nephew. I want to get that out there. But more importantly, he's killing it over there academically and also on the gridiron at Georgetown University right there near Washington, D.C. And so today we're going to have some questions for Richie. But before we get going, I encourage you all to please like and subscribe our YouTube channel and join our Facebook group, which is the American Football Institute Club. And Rich, how's it going, man?
Going good. Just finishing up some homework, but everything's going fine.
Well, good stuff, man. Thanks for making it on. I know it's late over there on the East Coast. It's not that late here on the West Coast. We're a 3-hour difference, but truly appreciate you making time to be with us and spend some time with us tonight. So typically we're going to ask some questions, and we're also going to start inviting our guest who may be chiming on this evening to ask some questions. So we'll definitely go into it. So how's it going over there on the East Coast, man? Is it cold over there still?
Honestly, I can't even tell you if it's hot or cold. It's like up and down every once in a while. But I mean, recently it's been nice weather. It's been feeling like California here, so that's like a good sign. But everything else also good.
Well, good stuff, man. I know now that things are starting to open up more and more. You're able at least to enjoy some of that East Coast weather there in the springtime. I know here in the West Coast, we don't really have 4 seasons, but you definitely experienced that there near Washington, D.C. Now, Georgetown, is it in Washington, D.C., or is it just Georgetown is the name of the town?
Yeah, no, it's right in the middle of D.C. Georgetown has like a thing like on the hilltop, so it's right in D.C.
Got you. I'm not sure, Rich, if you've been able to follow us on a few of our other shows. I know we've had some of your buddies on here before, and we're going to have some questions posted. We have quite a few questions. Some of them we'll answer them, and some of them we'll just pass along if it's something that you've already answered. But I'll give this opportunity for you, Rich, to kind of introduce yourself, who you are, your dad and your mom, siblings, kind of where you grew up, and give us a little bit idea of where you're from and who you are.
So I'm from Hawthorne, California. Proud to represent Southern California and California itself. My parents are Elizabeth and Tevita Pinomi. My dad's from Tonga. My mom grew up in LA, but they met in Tonga when they were going to school. I have 2 siblings, Lovely and Vita. So I'm the oldest of 3, and so that's also a blessing. I'm currently finishing up my 2nd semester here at Georgetown. It's been a grind, but other than that, I'm just happy to be here.
That's awesome. Did you guys just finish spring ball?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, so we're just getting into the groove of things of like getting into summer. So that transition from spring to summer is definitely a hard transition, but I'm up for the challenge.
Good stuff, man. You know, part of the reason why I put this show together is I want to have an opportunity to not only promote this awesome game that we all love, and for old guys like me, we get to live vicariously through our nephews and our players that we coach and our family members that play. So thankful that you're the next generation in our family, along with some of our other relatives, to continue on that legacy of this wonderful sport. So also I wanted for you to share your story so that somebody out there may have some similarities in your journey in your pathway where they can kind of make a decision whether or not the gridiron is for them. We know that it's a great sport. We know it creates phenomenal opportunities, such as the one that you're currently experiencing now there at Georgetown University. So let's get to it, Rich. We'll start with our first question. How does going to school so far from home impact your work ethic, both athletically and academically?
Yeah, so I think just being far from home definitely teaches you like a valuable lesson of like why I'm out here. Second of all, like just like the home distractions of like not going to mom and dad here and there, and like having that easy access, and just being out here just doing everything on my own. I know that like my parents are far, just like a FaceTime call away, and so just having that little talk with them, bringing like that home atmosphere just through the phone, is really good. Also just being away from home. Also, yeah, just doing like that, just doing everything from practice, waking up by yourself, not having your mom wake you up, or having my mom wake me up for like in high school. But yeah, just being a man, just being out here.
Right. There's definitely benefits, and there's definitely struggles, but I'm super excited and super proud that you're able to fight through those challenges to continue that journey of success for your own personal pathway.
Right.
We'll go on to our next question, Rich.
Sounds good.
How would your coaches and teammates describe you?
Oh man, I feel like they'll describe me as a good team player. Also with that, that carries a lot of motivation. Last season, for example, it didn't go as planned as we wanted to. Like we won less games than we wanted to. But even in those tribulations, I was there. I was the first one to keep my teammates' chin up high and just take it to the chin, because there's always next week, and we can always work hard at that. But I'll definitely say a team player.
Nice. I know you've had some challenges. You had an ACL in high school, and then now you recently have been given some news that typically it can really knock somebody down. But I feel like the challenges you had with injuries in high school have prepared you for this injury that you have in college to create that character and that thick skin of overcoming adversity. Can you tell us a little bit about your injury that you just experienced?
Yeah, so being on the East Coast, it gets really, really cold, and so we're just doing some speed work, some simple speed work, and I had a micro tear in my Achilles. So I've been out for a couple of months, but I mean, I didn't let it hold me down or hold me back. I just kept it forefront, and I mean, just understanding that it's part of the game. I mean, you can't control; you can only control it, the controllables. And so, I'm going through that right now. But I'm just remembering every day that I'm not alone. I have my family behind me, and a good support system here at Georgetown. So, it's a marathon, so I'm ready to go.
That's awesome, man. I know you're reaching back to your LA roots with Nipsey with the marathon, but it's true. It truly is. Life. There's no straight lines, right, in the universe. So there's definitely no straight lines in life. Typically, there's going to be some ups and some downs and some adversity involved. So keep on fighting, Rich. We know that you're going to be just fine, and you're going to get ready to support the team and produce when the time comes, right?
Yes, sir.
We'll keep going in our questions, and if there's some questions that we don't feel like answering, we'll just pass them through, or maybe we've already answered them. Let me see. Here's this next one. What do offensive linemen do in a football game? I just want to get your personal take on it.
So the game of football, it all starts up front. I can only talk from personal experience, but here, like the O-Lineman here, we usually, we try to have like that nasty vibe, in the room where before going out on the field, just remind each other like, hey, this is bully ball. This is bully ball. the opposite color, we're not their friends. We could be friends after, but we just know holiday is not going to be, likely. But that just keep remembering ourselves that hey, they all start with us. From the center to the tackles, we start off the game. So just having like that mentality of it's, we gonna get out there and get after it.
Nice. I know with any offensive line or defensive line, I think what was interesting in this past NFL draft we just had, it was interesting because the first round was littered with O-line and D-line. I mean, the first person taken was a D-lineman. So everything starts in the trenches, and definitely love that mentality of playing bully ball. Let's go on to our next question, Rich. What are the key ingredients to being an effective offensive lineman?
I think I'll say it all starts with good feet work. Slow feet doesn't eat. So having that good feet work, even either it's on a pass play or a run play, and just knowing when to switch it up. Also just keeping the D lineman nasty, having nasty hands. Just pretending like your money's on. Not letting like the D lineman get on me. And so, and then lastly, just overall, as I said before, just being nasty. I think that's like the overall tools of being like an effective offensive lineman.
Right. So you and I understand football lingo. Some people might use the word nasty in a different way, but in football terms, what does nasty mean as an offensive lineman, or really just in general?
I think just having like the inner grit, just that like inner. I'm trying to find the word, but like how we said, like bully ball, having that bully in you. For example, going through the whistle, not going like the whistle is blown. You see like the opposite color on the ground, give him a little shove.
Right.
Just land.
So just going. So basically going all out, and playing to the whistle, and basically being aggressive, you're not out there to be a nice guy. It's gladiator warfare, right?
Right. Yes, sir.
Right on. We're going to run through these questions because you're answering these questions a lot quicker than most people. So we'll keep it rolling. Let's go into our next question, Rich.
Sounds good.
What are the challenges of playing as an offensive lineman?
The challenges, man. I'll probably say that's kind of a hard question. Because as an offensive lineman, I don't want to look at the challenges. I try to think of success. But I'll probably say just knowing like your D lineman, knowing your assignment. Just often, it can get hectic, when especially with the fans and stuff. But just knowing your assignment and not forgetting it. Here at Georgetown, there's a lot of audibles. We see like the defensive plays, their adjustments, and so just knowing the plays off the bat and just keep it pushing.
What kind of offense you guys run there at Georgetown?
So we're probably Georgetown in the past years were kind of like a run heavy team, but now with our OC Coach Spence, kind of like more like a passing, but trying to most definitely implement like the run game too. So kind of probably say balance.
You guys run a pro style, or you guys run more of a power spread type?
I'll probably say more like spread.
Right. Good stuff. What do you like most about playing in that division? I know it's Division I, but I mean that league.
It's different. Growing up, it's the Pac-12. Like I only like the Pac-12. So coming here and learning about like the Patriot League and like its history, it's definitely become like a blessing in disguise. Just coming out here and just noticing like different talent that's like on the East Coast. There's talent everywhere. So, small schools with big name guys. That's like what more can you ask for?
Right. Yeah, there's definitely differences in each region. You got the West Coast, which you grew up there. You don't have to learn too much more about how things operate there. Then you got the East Coast, the Midwest. You got the South, you got the Southeast, Northeast, Northwest,
Right.
and then you got the mountain zones with Colorado and those states. So definitely some cool stuff. We'll keep it pushing here, Rich. In our next question, what are the benefits of being an offensive lineman?
I'll say the benefits. No, there's a quote that we say in our O-line room. It's I'm not sure who it's by, but it goes like this: sacrifice your body to glorify your soul.
Sacrifice your body to glorify your soul.
Yes, sir.
Nice, I
Um,
like that.
I feel like that's just the ultimate O-lineman, motive. Like football is just more than just football. It's protecting your brother. I feel like just the benefits of being an offensive lineman is protecting the QB and protecting the running back. And so that's the benefit. We do bully ball. We don't get recognized as much, and just except for like the flags and false starts and all that nonsense. But yeah, just sacrificing our bodies to glorify somebody else's soul, and at the end of it, we all win.
Yeah, and for me, I have a personal opinion about O-line and D-line, especially offensive line. I truly believe offensive line is the perfect position for large Polynesians. And the reason I say that is because we're such a faith-based and family-oriented community as a whole, whether you're talking about Samoans, whether you're talking about Tongans, or even our Melanesian brothers, Fijians, we're all built around faith and family.
Right.
And as an offensive lineman, you got to protect your running back, you got to protect your quarterback, your receivers. I mean, you got to protect anybody behind you, right?
Right.
And that's kind of like a built-in motto from our culture over in the South Pacific, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. True.
We don't really get a whole lot of attention in the trenches, but
Right.
We'll sit back and enjoy when the quarterback throws a touchdown or when the running back makes a big play, right?
True that.
Yeah. But for those folks who may be watching from overseas, Rich, can you kind of give them an idea of an offensive lineman? How often do you get to touch the ball in a game?
I mean, unless you're not the center, not too often.
Almost never, right?
Never. So
The thing that a lot of folks don't realize is that the quarterback position oftentimes is the highest paid position in the pro level.
right.
But the second highest position oftentimes is the guy that protects the quarterback. So a lot of folks, they're like, well, my name doesn't get called, or I don't touch the ball, but you get to touch that check, that heavy check you get from being protecting the quarterback in the NFL, right?
True that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll keep it going with these questions, Rich. We got a bunch of questions that came in for you. What are some of the responsibilities of an offensive lineman?
Responsibilities. I'd probably say, like I said before, it's like knowing the assignments and just figuring out what kind of like the D linemen, what their what kind of stance they're in, looking at their fingertips. I feel like the responsibility is like so little, like looking at the little details is the most important. Figuring out if they're in a bear front, which is like a 5-man down, or in a 4, and so just having all those responsibilities, pre-snap. There's a lot of things going on, and so when we went against good defenses, we've seen them some blitz heavy off the outside gap, or some have like the inside twist where it's like, all right, maybe let me just settle back a little bit and keep my eyes like to the wrapper. And so yeah, I think that's all like goes through like throughout my head as an O-lineman on the field.
All right, on. We'll go on to our next question, Rich. What are the life skills that let's skip this one. We'll go to the next one.
All right.
What do you do to keep in shape for your games?
Last season, I'll do a lot of extra core. I feel like as an offensive lineman, we need you know, we can have some like a little 12 pack or 6 pack under our guts. And so one thing I would prefer game is having like a good tight core. Also, just building up my endurance throughout the week. That's either like doing extra sprints or doing extra short running sprints, 5-10 yards. Getting off like the run blocks. And so that's some things I'll do throughout the week just to prepare for the games.
Right. Who's some of the best players that you played against in high school?
So I say one off the bat, Drake Jackson, the DN from USC.
Where did he go to high school?
He went to Centennial, Corona Centennial.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's got picked up by the 49ers. And so, that was also, like, dang, I played against them in high school. That was pretty cool. Tui Taylor was a nose guard from Hawaii. I think he's at UW right now.
He's at Washington, right?
Yeah, Washington.
Yeah, he went to St. Louis High School. He's a heck of a player.
Yeah, heck of a guy. Even another guy on the St. Louis squad is probably Botello. I think he's up there at Notre Dame.
Oh, is that where Botello went from St. Louis High School in Hawaii?
Yep.
Yeah, they had a pretty solid team that year when you guys played them up there in Aloha Stadium.
Yeah, they had a good squad on that team.
Yeah, I've heard people quote it as I've had people who've been watching football for decades all over the country, and they said to me after the game, because we made that trip, they said to me that team, that St. Louis team, was the best high school football team they had ever seen in their life.
I wouldn't say that they weren't lying. So,
well, we've seen some good ones. I mean, we've experienced with a lot of our when I coached at Sarah High School in Gardena, and you had some good teams there at Narbonne and even Calabasas. There were some good teams, but that St. Louis team was really a good team.
Right.
I think you sent in some questions, Rich, that folks might want to know about. Let me see if I can pull up some of those questions as well. We'll keep it going here to the next question here in a second.
Sounds good.
Is it true that offensive linemen don't get enough credit?
I think that's true to the T.
Yeah, let an offensive lineman tell it, right?
Yeah. We only get recognized, when the ref throws that flag and there's this motion with the false start offensive lineman, with the penalty. Now we got to move the ball back. But other than that,
it kind of sucks that when you guys pancake somebody, they don't call your name for that.
No.
Or when you open up a hole for the quarterback or for the running back to score a touchdown, they don't call your name for that.
Right.
So definitely offensive linemen never get enough credit, right?
True, never.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll shovel the shovel. You know what I mean? And to make sure everybody walks through a clear path. I should say.
True. I think if it's like if you know, you know.
Yeah, definitely. How was the transition for you from high school to college, Rich?
I say it was fast. I say it was definitely a different speed. Coming from high school to college, I feel like high school, I think that's like the more like the last time you get the little slap on the wrist, and then you come to college, and then it gets it gets more serious than that. And so
it's real, right? They turn it up.
No, definitely, So I think just being like on your 10 toes here and just using like your time wisely, time management, all that stuff. Coming into college, definitely gonna help you out. I feel like in high school, I got oftentimes I got away with speaking academically, like with procrastination. I came here to Georgetown, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get that out the way. But I mean, on the field, going after drill after drill, and then realizing that practice is over, but we've been on the field for an hour and a half. It's like, oh man, and then you're just tired, and but definitely like the speed of the game, and then just academically, just being all locked in into your assignments and stuff like that.
Well, we've invited Richie, some folks who may be following the live tonight. For anyone who wants to ask any questions for Richie over at Georgetown University through his journey, please post them in the comments, and you have a chance to. Maybe I should look in the comments first. Yeah. So far we don't have any questions from the crowd, but we'll keep it rolling. Let's get to our next question. What will you tell other young Polynesian, Tongan athletes, Samoan athletes to remember when being on and off the field?
Probably say, on the field, before, going to battle, just remembering like why you're there, and who you play the game for. For me, I always talk about like my family. I look at a picture of my family before going on the field, and then just remember, like, just reminding myself like it's bigger than this. We play this game for the, for the bigger picture. Also just, Polynesians, Tongans in general, or for all Polynesians, we come from such a like a little dot on the globe, and so just being representing your our countries, loud and proud, and just making like our voices heard on on the field. I'd say like off the field, we come from a culture that's based off love, so just walking around campus, saying hello, saying hi to the janitors, because they keep your locker room clean, or they keep our locker rooms clean. Like the janitors in our classroom, because they keep our our classrooms clean, saying hello to them, just acknowledging that that their hard work is equally important as ours. And so I feel like just being Polynesian is a blessing, and get to carry that on our backs, everywhere we go.
Yeah, awesome. Definitely. What I try to share with folks who originally come from another country or another ethnicity, which that pretty much sums up every American who's not an American Indian, right?
Right.
But if you're coming from Samoa, you're no longer Samoan when you come and born and raised in the States. Now you're Samoan American.
Right.
When you're Tongan, born and raised in the States, yeah, you can be proud to be Tongan, but you're no longer just Tongan. You're Tongan American. Just like Tongans and Samoans and different ethnicities that grew up in New Zealand, for instance, they're no longer just Tongan there. They're Tongan Kiwis, right? Or Tongan Aussies, or Samoan Kiwis, or Samoan Aussies. And so I think a lot of folks who come to the U.S. or maybe to some other countries that have left their cultures behind, not their cultures, but their homeland, must also acknowledge that we live in some great countries out there, U.S. being one of them. Now, we know not every country is perfect, and we have our flaws as well. Yeah. But I feel like sometimes we forget to mention that, If you're in New Zealand, you probably should be proud to be, from New Zealand, in addition to where your roots come from, right?
Right.
But the fact that you do have a base from your personal culture that we share, I think is awesome, and we definitely want to share the good stuff. We'll leave the bad stuff back over there, right?
Leave it over there.
So I won't pontificate any longer on that subject, but that's something that I feel strongly about, that we should be proud and acknowledge the countries that we were born and raised as well. We'll keep it going here with our next question, Rich. What's a typical week like for you there at Georgetown?
Yeah, so I'd probably say for my, day-to-day routine, waking up at 6 o'clock for our 7 o'clock lifts. Then, going to treatment right after that, I work around 10 to 12, and in between that, you get like your lunch. I get like a little snack in between. And then I usually have class from 12:30 or 1 all the way to like around 4 or 5. And homework is from 5 to 9, sometimes 5 to 11. And so I guess that's like my, every week routine. I feel like going to work, just doing the homework and stuff like that. And it's just on a Monday through Friday based schedule. and I think it's just finding other ways just to like going on a walk, in between. Definitely is like a stress reliever, and so that's like my weekly routine right there.
Right on. Is it a small campus or is it a pretty big campus?
Yeah, I say it's a pretty like medium-sized campus. I mean, I definitely know seeing USC, that's a big old campus, but I mean, being on the hilltop, we have a decent-sized campus.
Right. Good stuff, man. What's the best advice that a coach has given you at any level, high school or college?
Um, I'll probably say, I mean, all my past high school coaches and even coaches, now I feel like the overall theme of like the best advice is, you know, I know it goes a long way, but just hard work, hard work, beats talent. You can be like the best guy, but if you're like your work ethic and it's not up to par, I mean, no one's gonna follow you. They're just gonna look at you like another guy. And so just yeah, hard work beats talent, and I feel like those top guys that stand out. I feel like that's the definition of that phrase.
Got it. That's definitely some great advice with regards to work ethic. Can you share your big three advice for aspiring football players wanting to succeed in American football?
I'll probably say one. Probably say to don't back down, and probably say something equally to that is to don't give up. Like this football, it can bring you down sometimes. But that's what this game, it builds young boys into young men and into men eventually. And so I think that's one advice. Number two, I'll probably say just work on your craft. I guess that's the best advice on a daily. Like either if it's a core, that I mentioned earlier, core, push-ups. I feel like if you want to succeed in this sport or anything in life that you want to do, I feel like the extra work that you do, off the field, off camera, off everybody's eyes is the most important. And then three, I probably say just pick a coach, that's gonna teach you more than this football and like life lessons. The football that in this game, you're not alone. You have teammates, you have good coaches. So just using your resources and to succeed in this sport, will go like a long way.
Definitely. Man, Rich, you flew by those questions so fast that we have a little bit of extra time, but we'll wrap it here shortly because I know it's late. But
All good.
just want to encourage you, Rich, to keep on working hard and keep on fighting for your dream. And as you said, it takes a lot of hard work. It takes vision. It takes focus and so many different intangibles. But want to encourage anyone out there, Rich, including yourself, to like. And where's the like at thing for YouTube? It's up here somewhere. So like our YouTube page and subscribe to our Facebook. We also have a website, www.americanfootballinstitute.com, that we're developing right now. It's posted right there on our page. We'll give our audience one more opportunity for any questions. Doesn't look like we have many questions on right now. All good, Rich. Any other comments you want to make prior to leaving our show tonight?
If I just anyone out there, who's wants to play this sport, just never give up on your dreams. Just remember that you can do it. And like how we say it back here in Georgetown, Holy Saxon.
Right on, Rich. Well, keep up the hard work, man, and we're rooting for you. Good luck on your surgery, and look, you're gonna be done with 2 years at Georgetown now. Next year you'll be done with your third year, and then you have an undergrad from Georgetown, which, in in the big scheme of things, that's going to be a heck of an accomplishment. And yeah, so thank you so much, Rich. Appreciate you for making time. And what's your little thing at Georgetown again? Go Dogs?
Hey, go Dogs or Hoya Saxa.
Hoya Saxon?
Hoya Saxa, SAXA.
Hoya Saxa. What does that mean?
I don't get to the definition. But, I mean,
it's probably something Greek or something, right?
Yeah, it's powerful. It's powerful.
You can forgive my ignorance, but you go to Georgetown, so you need to go look that up ASAP, because someone's going to ask you that here pretty soon again.
Yes, sir. No, most definitely. I'm going to look it up right after this.
I got the last question for you, Rich. What has the American Football Institute done for you in your journey over the years?
It's helped me out tremendously, actually. Just knowing that, again, it's bigger than football. So, the AFI, creating opportunities, for other people to, succeed. And that's the only way for our people, to come together. And if it's through the sport, then let it be. And so the only way is to the top.
That's awesome. I encourage all our viewers to, utilize the tools and the consultations that we have at American Football Institute. We're going to be having some live trainings for the youth coming up here in the spring, starting off with O-line and D-line. But in the meantime, we're going to do this weekly. We're going to be continuing to do our weekly call. We're going to be adding a Q&A session here shortly. But most importantly, keep representing yourself. Take care, take charge, and God bless.
Yes, sir.